VBN, the Rich Video Blog Network, home to weekly NFL predictions, great personality profiles, great professional wrestling video blogs, great sports video blogs, and a whole lot more. A collection of my work goes back to June of 2014. Various social media websites. RVBN, the only video blog that matters on the internet. Time now is 8:04 in the evening in Billerica, Massachusetts. Around 8:04 in the evening. Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Monday, January 30th, 2017. Tonight's going to be cold, about 24, 25 degrees. Tomorrow, snow in the afternoon. Could be heavy at times, anywhere from 1 to 6 inches. This is a little clipper storm, which is supposed to blossom out when it hits the coast. Wait and see where it's going to set up the heaviest snow. Winter weather advisory for most of New England. And that's about it on the weather. Some news to report on the RVBN Newswire. There's been rumors going around that former NFL coach Rex Ryan is going to sign with ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Looks like he'll probably be on NFL Countdown and NFL Insiders, probably appear on ESPN Sports Center. And also, another big news item coming from New York. The Brooklyn Nets, who own the Barclays Center, is kicking out the New York Islanders after the 2018-2019 season. The New York Islanders want their own arena. There's rumors about them building an arena in Queens, New York, across the street from the New York Mets. And Gary Bettman says Islanders are committed in full to stay in the New York City area. The Islanders can't go back to the Nassau Coliseum, even though they're redoing the arena. It's going to be downsized to about 13,000. That capacity would not work for an NHL team in this day and age. They would lose big time money. I think the Islanders should move Quebec City or Hartford. That's about it on the news from the RVBN Newswire. Be back in a flash with my third and final video blog subject of the night. Boom, 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 bam, boom, boom, bam, boom, boom, bam, boom, boom, bam. Angelo, gonna go market basket today to scratch off millions, so scratch tickets, he'll win nothing. I know. That's a quote from one of my co-workers, Bruce. I'm back. My third and final video blog subject of the night is about the WWE house show card from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, on May 20th, 1985. The main event for this match was, Bruno Sammartino teaming up with his son David Sammartino to face off against Brutus Beefcake and Luscious Johnny Valiant, or Luscious Johnny V, what he was called in 1986 and 1987, plus other matches on this card. It was shown on the MSG Network. Guru Monsoon, Mean Gene Okerlund, and Lord Alfred Hayes called the action. And here's what happened on this card. First match was Rene Goulet from Nice, France, facing off against Rocky Johnson. This was about a 10.5-minute match, back and forth. Rocky Johnson won with a reverse cradle. This was Rocky Johnson's last match at Madison Square Garden. He would soon leave the WWE. The next match was Polish Power Ivan Putski facing off against Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And this was a competitive match back and forth. Ivan Putski tries for a power slam of Jim Neidhart off the ring apron, but Neidhart reverses it, turns it into a small package, and uses the leverage for 1, 2, 3. Next match was Terry Gibbs facing off against Pedro Morales, former WWE champion, former WWE Intercontinental champion, and former WWE Tag Team champion with Bob Backlund. And this was about a 12-minute match, very competitive. Terry Gibbs was a jobber on television, but he gave Pedro a run for his money. That's what all these jobbers did at the house show cards at Madison Square Garden. They would give some competitive matches. But in the end, Pedro Morales put Terry Gibbs in the Boston Crab, and Terry Gibbs tapped out. The next match was for the WWE World Championship. It was the champion Hulk Hogan defending his title in a rematch against the Magnificent One, Don Morocco, with the Divas One, Mr. Fuji in his corner. This was a quick title defense. It was like a typical Hogan match where like Morocco dominates, but Hogan like hulks up. Hulk Hogan does the leg drop and pins Don Morocco for the 1, 2, 3. But Don Morocco's foot was on the rope, put on by Mr. Fuji, and then Don Morocco would have to restart the match, and Don Morocco threw salt in the eyes of Hulk Hogan right in front of the referee. Referee saw that, automatically disqualifying the Magnificent One, and Hogan retains title. And this would set up a steel cage match at the next Madison Square Garden house show, which I'll reveal tomorrow. The next match was Bret the Hitman Hart facing off against Quick Draw Rick McGraw. Bret Hart recently turned heel and was part of the Hart Foundation, and this was like a competitive matchup. Rick McGraw was a face television jobber, but he gave, a competitive match ending. Had Bret Hitman Hart giving an elbow to Quick Draw Rick McGraw. He hits the top turnbuckle. Bret rolls over. 1, 2, 3. The next match was Mr. USA Tony Atlas facing off against Ken Patera with Bobby the Brain Heenan in his corner. And this was an awesome match, back and forth, back and forth. Heenan comes up to the ring apron towards the end of the match, distracting Mr. USA Tony Atlas. Ken Patera hits Tony Atlas and pins him. 1, 2, 3. This was Ken Patera's last match at Madison Square Garden for 2 years, because soon afterward he would go into jail for the crime he committed in 1984 by throwing a brick at a McDonald's, which was closed in Wisconsin. And when he came back, he was a face, but it was a bad mistake by the WWE. The next match was for the WWE World Tag Team Championships. It was the champions, the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov, with Classy Freddie Blassie facing off against the U.S. Express, Barry Windham, and Mike Rotundo, with Captain Lou Albano in their corner. Before the match, Nikolai Volkov sang the Russian national anthem. He was getting booed big time, and the Iron Sheik would say, "Iran #1, Russia #1, USA, yeah." My Iron Sheik impersonation, not very good at him. And this was a back and forth match, competitive match. Both teams were on the floor, and the U.S. Express knocked out Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov, got into the ring before the 10 count, and the U.S. Express wins the match, but not the title, because any title in the WWE or any major professional wrestling promotion, you have to win it in the ring or by submission or getting the towel thrown in. If it's a count out, a disqualification, or a draw, the title does not change hands. So Sheik and Volkov still remain the WWE Tag Team Champions at this point. The next match was SD Special Delivery Jones facing off against the Missing Link, who was Dewey Robinson. Missing Link had like face paint and he was an odd character. He would headbutt his head like this. And it was managed by Bobby the Brain Heenan. And this was a total squash match. Only lasted about 55. 1 minute and 55 seconds. The Missing Link pinned SD Jones with the headbutt. SD got no offense in this match. And that's what SD Jones was known for, doing the jobs. And Bobby the Brain Heenan said afterwards, the Missing Link is going to be the man to beat Hulk Hogan with the WWE title. Sadly, he never got a title shot at Hulk Hogan. And can you imagine the Missing Link as WWE champion? Can't. The next match was Tony Garea facing off against Jesse the Body Ventura. And this was a highly competitive matchup. Tony Garea was, a jobber to the stars at this point, but he gave the Body a run for his money. Halfway through the match, Tony Garea's head got stuck in the ropes, and Ventura took advantage of that. And then Tony Garea came back and almost won the match by giving the abdominal stretch. That was his famous move. But Jesse hit the ropes. Clean break after, and it was back and forth until the Body gives an elbow drop to Garea, pin him 1, 2, 3. And the main event for this evening's house show card at Madison Square Garden was a tag team match, a grudge tag team match. It was Brutus Beefcake and his manager, Luscious Johnny Valiant of the Valiant Brothers, facing off against Bruno Sammartino and David Sammartino. They were with Bruno's longtime manager, Arnold Skaaland. Arnold Skaaland was also manager of Bob Backlund, and he was known for throwing in the towel on December 26, 1983. Arnold was at this point working for the WWE backstage as a road agent or a producer or the suit who would run down to the ring to break up fights on television. That's the only time you would see Arnold Skaaland at this point. He would, break up fights on television by wrestlers. And this was Bruno's first match at the Garden for over 4 years. And the crowd was behind Bruno and David Sammartino. This was building up for a few months since WrestleMania 1. It was an awesome match. Fans went wild when Bruno went in and beat up Johnny V and Brutus Beefcake. Ending had David Sammartino pin Brutus Beefcake, but afterwards Johnny Valiant comes in and beats up David Sammartino, and then Bruce and Johnny Valentine double team Bruno until David Sammartino comes back and cleans house. The fans go wild. In this Madison Square Garden house show card, I give it a B. Some solid matches on this card, and other matches are like, squash matches, but they were competitive. Be back tomorrow, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. 3 more video blogs coming for you. First video blog will be about the top 10 places to have breakfast at. Second video blog of the day is about the NFL and which markets that the NFL should consider going if teams are in trouble for attendance issues or stadium issues or whatever. And third and final video blog of the night will be the MSG house show card from June 21st, 1985. That's going to be the last Madison Square Garden house show card I will review until February 13th. Keep calm, everybody. And I'm a Julie Brennan guy. Molly Rosenblunt of WCCO, Roxanna's Nice Legs, Elizabeth Hart, so stunning, she's the best, Amy Squeezy's awesome, Amy, Little Church of WPIX channel on New York has fucking Cougar got the best legs of New York City. Heidi Watney of the MLB Network is so sweet. She's got the best legs on the MLB Network. Jamie Hirsch is so cute. She's got the best legs on the NHL Network. Melissa from the Tilted Kilt is so awesome. She's got the best legs at the Tilted Kilt in Billerica. And in the words of Dee Patel last week, no bus. Good night, everybody.